Hey guys, it's Hikari, and today I want to design some new characters. I grew up watching Jazza and many other creators design characters on YouTube using online prompts and stuff like that. But I actually think random stuff around us can be great inspiration for characters, and things left behind by other humans has so much mystery and story surrounding them already. So why not use them? Like, do you ever find something left behind on the ground and wonder who dropped it, what their story is, and why they dropped something here? Well, I do. So today we're using the thing I find most left behind here in Japan, which are receipts. And we're going to use them as inspiration prompts to design 3 characters. Let's get started. I obviously don't want to show the actual receipts on screen because there's so much detail and location info, stuff like that. So these are illustration versions of the receipts with the information that's appropriate based on the actual receipts that I've seen. Now the first receipt is this one, which says at 11:25 this character bought bread, ume onigiri, konbu onigiri, and a register bag. So for those who don't know, many places in Japan make you buy plastic bags if you need it, which is a way to reduce plastic and encourage people to bring their own shopping bags, which I think is great. Which means that this character wasn't carrying any other bag to put their lunch in, or they spontaneously went shopping. And I first did some warm-ups and drew different ideas I had for someone who would drop this receipt. I usually start with random faces and expressions and see what I'm feeling in that moment. My initial ideas were of someone who was nervous and in a hurry and was panicking about needing to buy lunch quickly because, relatable. But I did try some calmer and more nonchalant characters as well. And I tried a more feminine look too, but these didn't really feel right. But I liked the third guy's hair, so I went to sketching a nervous person with that hairstyle. Then I moved on to some character scenarios like him realizing that he didn't have much time and that he needed to go buy lunch, or just him munching on the onigiri he bought. These sketches really helped me figure out what kind of facial expressions this character would have and how they would react to the world. And doing this with no plan helps me think of the character's background story and stuff like that while I'm sketching. So for him, I figured out that he's just a nervous, energetic guy. In the next page, I did a bigger final sketch kind of thing and tried to figure out a pose that would show his nervous energy, so him holding up his lunch seemed perfect enough. I also wanted each of today's characters to have a explainable reason for dropping or leaving the receipts behind. So for this guy, he's always in a hurry, so he probably stuffs everything in his pockets, and the receipt probably was just only one of the things that dropped out of it that day. And this idea helped me figure out his clothes too. It's something more comfy, and it's like I left the house without thinking kind of outfit, which is like no judgment on anyone who wears clothes like this, because I wear clothes like this. And I also wanted for the stuff that they bought to be visible in the bags. So in this one, you can see the little onigiris, and it said bread, but I drew like a meronpan, and I made it be visible in the bag. I was initially planning to just end it here, but I wanted to have a more finished looking piece for these guys and that showed their character. So I moved on to Procreate and lined and colored him real quick, but I felt like his character was kind of lost in that process, so I added like mini versions that showed him realizing that he's late and he's eating his lunch in a hurry, which I think are 2 states that are very relatable but also show his character very much. And I'm really happy I did these mini drawings because I wanted these guys to feel like actual characters rather than just random things that I was drawing. That's it for character number 1, just a guy in a hurry around the 18 to 25 age range. I haven't really thought of names for these characters, but if you have any ideas, let me know. The next receipt is a longer one, also from a convenience store at 22:50 or 10:50 p.m., so pretty late at night. This character bought like 4 onigiris, a bread, and beer, and salty snack to drink with. Immediately, this made me think that this person is tired from a long work day, or maybe even the week. So that was the idea I went with. And I also wanted this person to have longer hair, just because the first guy had pretty short hair and I was kind of wanting to draw someone with long-ish hair. It ended up not being super long, but longer than the first guy, so I guess that's fine. Having the hair be like a half part felt right, so I also just went with that. And you can probably see that I did try out like an older, more disgruntled looking man look, but I really didn't enjoy that idea, so I went back to the more sharp looking tired character, which is kind of the state of characters I usually draw anyways, so this was right up my alley. I then figured out how this person will look when they weren't tired to tire them out appropriately, which I think is really important. If you're drawing someone in like a tired state or like a dirty state, you really need to figure out what they look like beforehand so that you can like figure out how they would be changed, if that makes sense. I also attempted drawing this person yawning, but like it looks weird, guys. Like we don't have to talk about that one. I did really like the pose of them like leaning forward, so I went with that for the final sketch, but I really struggled with figuring out their outfit. Like a normal businessman outfit seemed boring, but I couldn't think of anything else, so I just decided to make them wear like a normal business look, but with like a cool coat. And in the final, they're carrying the coat with the dinner drinking snack along with their big work bag, because in my image this character is coming home from work super tired, just wants to get home, drink and eat a bunch of food and like watch TV or something. So that's kind of the image I went for. In the digital drawing, I adjusted their head and leg a bit before going straight to the line art because it kind of felt off, but I ended up working on the feet and leg angle for like a while. Like this video is sped up so fast, but actually I worked on those legs for a long time. Then I had to figure out her hair and like the color palette situation since I didn't really go in with a plan. And just like the outfit, I wanted this character to feel like she would just be around you, but also not make her too normal that she wouldn't look like an interesting character. So the purple hair, like the balance, the saturation, that kind of thing was really hard to figure out. But like in my head, she had like lighter purple hair, so I think this was like a good medium point. And just like the previous one, I added like mini characters. I imagine they look very cool at work and they're actually very chill and calm, but when they get home, they eat a lot and just like release the stress they've been having throughout the day. And I also continued the trend of like making things that they bought visible in their little bag. That's it for character number 2, which I really like their character. Like, I don't know, their face is just, I really like it. But now off to the last character of the day. This receipt actually is a lot earlier in the day, so 7:10 in the morning, with the character buying chocolate, gum, lemonade, and water. This might seem like a weird list to some people, but this receipt is actually the most relatable one for me. These are the things I buy before I have a test or something I need to focus on, because chocolate is a great spark for when you're just studying, and also gum does that, and lemonade also does that, and you just need water to survive. So this is a great set for anyone who's planning to study soon, just saying. Anyways, obviously I wanted this person to be a student, and thankfully, because I did these 3 all in one go, I was already warmed up enough and had a rough idea for this character, so I just went straight for it. The bangs and the headphones were just so clear in my mind. But what stumped me was their clothes and the decision to either give them glasses or not. I know it's stereotypical to be like the one student character has glasses, like, oh, they're the smart one. But like, I felt like drawing glasses, so here they are. Also, they look good with circle glasses, you know? It's nice. This character design session also reminded me, whenever I draw characters, people ask me like, oh, are they a boy or a girl? Or just like, what's their gender or sexuality? And to be honest, I don't really think about those kind of things until I'm like used to them and their story just kind of unfolds naturally in my head. So just don't ask me about it like most people in real life who look through my sketchbooks. But anyways, I decided that I wanted to go with the little vest idea, so this was their design. Also, I went with the one shoulder backpack because I do this so much. And also it kind of explains why they would drop the receipt. I don't know, when you're like moving your backpack, I feel like things drop a lot. And then for the digital, this one was probably the hardest out of all 3 of the characters this time around. With the pose and the outfit and the coloring, like the coloring was so hard. I wanted to keep these 3 all like in a similar style, like the line art's like the same line size, and also I wanted to keep the colors quite desaturated and like feel lighter. So trying to keep their outfits colorful without being too much was quite hard, so I kept adjusting that till the very end. But the mini drawings for this character was pretty fun. It's just them constantly studying, to eating, to studying again. And I think if I was to make like a short animation of this, it would just go back and forth, back and forth. And I'm quite happy with where I landed for this character. They're just what I imagined. And I'm quite fond of the maroony, purpley, dark hair vibe that they have going. Like, I think that's my favorite hair. And I thought the last one would be my favorite, so that's saying a lot. And now these are the three of them together. This was a really fun experiment to do. I'm really happy with these three characters, surprisingly. They like just grew on me the more I worked on them. And I really like this character prompt idea, and I'm excited to do something like this again. I really do think that the things around us in the physical daily world are some of the greatest inspiration to make something new. Like, I do love being inspired by so many of others' creations and, you know, TV shows and stuff like that. But I hope this little exercise can inspire you guys to maybe draw something new inspired by the things around you, even if they aren't fallen receipts. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are, and bye!